Nobody likes dealing with auto repairs. It's expensive and it's usually not something you're expecting. One Valley driver says he went through the unexpected when he took his car to a local shop.
13 Consumer Advocate Tricia Kean has his story and 3 ways to make sure that you're hiring with a reputable business.
I tried not to show my irritation at all. I tried to be calm with them.
David Bazell is fed up with a Valley body shop. He says they took his beautiful show car, a Transformers Edition Chevy Camaro, and ruined it. David took it to Rod Mods on Dean Martin near Tropicana after a fender bender accident back in November.
They were supposed to repaint a fender and replace a mirror and fix the wheel and the tie rod.
But David says there were problems from the beginning. He says they actually ran out of paint at one point, and that's not all.
He was complaining about how his buffer was overheating. So that Sunday on the 6th, I ran home and I picked up my buffer and I ran it back to him.
With one delay after another, David says he was pleading for the shop to finish the job.
And they had my car and it was torn apart, so last thing I wanted to do was upset them.
With no end in sight, David reached out to Channel 13. He also told other car owners at the shop he was talking to the news.
David thinks someone told the shop owners Channel 13 was getting involved because before we even reached out to the business, David got his car back.
I got a message saying that the vehicle was out front.
Rod Mods parked the Camaro outside David's house and took off.
I was like, oh my gosh, at least we got our car back.
But David says they did a terrible job with visible ripples in the paint and overspray on the window. We reached out to Rod Mods, but they declined to speak with us on camera. In a letter David found in his car, the business says it ran into every issue possible and, quote, reluctantly returns the vehicle to the customer in what Rod Mods would say is an incomplete condition. But because of David's comments, they no longer wish to work on his Camaro. David says he doesn't plan to pay a dime of the more than $7,000 balance.
Absolutely not. No, with what's going on with this car now, there's absolutely no way. I mean, it's going to cost me at least $3,000 to get it corrected.
So what do you need to know before having work done at any body shop or garage? Number 1, do your research.
Automotive-related businesses have to be licensed through the DMV.
The Nevada DMV lists every properly licensed company right on its website. Unfortunately, many people don't check it ahead of time. David wasn't aware he could do that.
Rod Mods does not have a DMV license, nor have they applied for one yet.
We asked Rod Mods about that, but they refused to go on the record. Before hiring a business, also be sure to check out reviews with a Better Business Bureau, AAA, or Yelp. Number 2, before work begins, make sure your mechanic knows you want the old parts being replaced. Vegas Auto Care owner John Scow says use the internet to look up the part.
And then you could match to what you see in your hands to what they told you was wrong on the car.
If you're not interested in taking greasy car parts home, then take plenty of pictures of the part in question.
Get a second opinion. It's just like a doctor.
Most people stick with the first place they go, but you want to make sure you're getting the best repair for the best price. David says he's learned his lesson and now he's taking time to warn others.
Investigate, do your research. Don't believe everything you hear.
13 Consumer Advocate Tricia Kean, elevating Las Vegas.
That's a hard one because if your car isn't running, getting it from shop to shop to get estimates is not easy. Rod Mod eventually sent us a rather lengthy statement about how they feel they went above and beyond to make things right. They specifically asked us, though, not to paraphrase or shorten their statement.
So we've posted the entire statement on our website, ktnv.com. It's worth noting they still didn't go on the record about not having a proper DMV business license. All right, let's